Good day, Mom. We are the Group 4. This is our research proposal video. I'm Charlene F. Maligdong, together with my group mates, Lanita Jennifer, Larinias Janil Chris, Mosquera Chris Ruri, and Ofngol Johanna May. The topic of our research is the effectiveness of the sustainable strategies for an online selling. The content will be introduction, objectives of the study, significance of the study, scope and delimitations, review related literature, review of related study, and methodology. Introduction. What this study is all about. This study will talk about sustainable and strategy for an online selling and evaluate its effectiveness. Tackling how social media platforms affect the business online. Discuss in how these strategies help the business, especially online selling. The research gap that needs to be addressed in the investigation is the lack of sustainability in online selling that can be resolved by providing a proper and appropriate sustainable strategy that will help lift their sales level and even promote it. The research in the effectiveness of sustainable strategies for online selling aim to uncover strategies for online selling in which the usual selling channel in Facebook. Not only is it a strategy but a sustainable strategy because researchers find the foundation of many online resellers are not strong enough to keep this job for the long term or be consistent. Also, this research is to investigate, examine, and assess the success of long-term internet selling techniques. This research intends to identify online selling techniques, establish whether they are sustainable, determine which sustainable approach is the most effective, and evaluate the effectiveness of the selected sustainable strategies through the deployment. The researcher would like to achieve the general specific objective for this study, for they believe that the investigation's future sustainable strategy will be of the great assistance of online sellers, include themselves, who want to learn more about the concept of online selling. Statement of the problem. How the strategy's sustainability be effective in online selling. Some online selling businesses are struggling. This is due to the lack of strategies, specifically sustainable strategies, to keep up and make it successful for the long run. This study is aimed to answer and determine this effectiveness, in which can greatly affect the overall performance of the business.
Study. The objective of the study. Generally, the purpose of this study is to investigate, examine, and evaluate the effectiveness of the sustainable strategies for online selling. Especially, these studies aim to determine strategies used in online selling. This will broaden our knowledge on how to sell the items better and faster with max price we can put on the item. Second, to find out if the strategies are sustainable. This will show if the strategy we use will be effective to our target customer, or we might say that even in selling, it depends on the season on what item we sell. Third, to identify which sustainable strategy is most effectively. After implementing the strategies or trying out different way to sell the item via online, then we evaluate in which strategies we can sold the most item or earn more. Fourth, to evaluate the effectiveness of the selected sustainable strategies by means of application. Like after evaluating, we can put into practice the strategies that best applies to us in our business selling online.
So my part is the significance of the study. So the outcome of the study is to provide educate information about the effectiveness of sustainable strategies for an online selling, which is prevalent nowadays. Those gathered information can be great help to those unemployed students, parents, and employees who are starting their online selling as a part-time job or full-time job. So first is the unemployed people. Since the pandemic happened, lots of jobs were lost and usage of social media platforms are escalating, and so online selling became popular, especially to those who are unemployed and is eager to make money. Therefore, this study would be a great help for them to be more aware of the strategies, make it more effective and efficient. So second is the strategies about the students as well who engage into online selling for a sideline. It helps them to be more knowledgeable on how to make their online selling business operate efficiently with the use of sustainable strategies. So the third is the parents who are in online selling. This study will provide knowledge and guidelines to them to know the venture and that they will be getting into. So the last is the employees. One can't give their full-time and attention for an online business, maybe venturing. Nevertheless, they could make it work by possessing the knowledge and sustainable strategies and effectiveness that this study will provide. So that is the significance of the study of our research. Thank you.
Scope and delimitation. Our irrelevant factor will be excluded since this study solely aimed to determine the effectiveness of sustainable strategies only. The respondent or the interviewees for data collection will be limited to those online seller in Bukidnon only. Outside of Bukidnon will not be included. And gathering of data will be through interviews and published. The purpose of this research is to determine the effectiveness of the current state of online marketing strategies for attracting target customer and making online business known. As a result, study status and respondents will be limited to Bukidnon based on seller.
So I will be the last reporter for this presentation, and my report would be about the methodology. So for the study, or for this research study, we will use descriptive research for research purpose, because descriptive research aims to study the existing phenomena to answer the questions what and how, which is specifically needs for this study of ours. Since this research will require better understanding and will require describing the gathered data. Second is for research approach. We will use qualitative research approach because this study will solely focus on words rather than on numerical data. Sample selection. In this study, we plan on gathering data from those online sellers only, since this study will be only focusing on online selling. So our sample selection would be online sellers in Bukidnon, within Bukidnon. So for our data collection method, interviews and published works will be used. So for our work plan, we expected to consume approximately 5 weeks. And as you can see in the picture, for the first week, is for the planning and designing of our research paper. Included here all the finalizing of all the things before the data collection will put into action. And the second week to third week will be the data collection, and the analysis of it will also takes place on the third week. Well, the writing of the report and visualizing all the data gathered will takes place on the fourth week and extends to fifth week for the polishing and finalizing of the final output. And the submission of it will be on the fifth week as well. And so that is our work plan. And before I will end this presentation, I would like to introduce the people behind this research paper output. First, Charlene Maligdong as our leader. Second is Chris Zuari Mosquera. Third is me as Janelle Chris Llorinas. Fourth is Johanna May of Ngol. And last but not the least will be Jennifer Lianita. And this will be the end of our presentation. Thank you and God bless.
And that's all about of our research proposal, and thank you for watching. God bless us.